Good morning, fruit friends. Today is June 4th, 2021, and here I've got my Sabara variety of Joboticaba. Just for size comparison, here's a 6-foot tall ladder. So it's about 13 feet tall, and I have my biggest crop on this so far this year, this spring. And I have fruit higher up than ever before, up to about 12 feet tall. And I've done videos of this before, but it's been much more fruitful. I've been picking some of these fruits for maybe 10, 14 days, I think. But I like them when they're really ripe. And this is a tree I bought in June of 2008 from Ong Nursery in San Diego. At that time it was about 7 feet tall, much skinnier, and it didn't grow at all for me for the first 3 years. In fact, I thought it was going to die on me because it was putting out zero new growth. And on an old discussion forum that's now defunct, Cloud Forest, that my friend Axel, who's now in Hawaii, had run. I posted about my experience on this. I use a product that's sold to commercial growers that it's called Photo Green S. It's not available except for through commercial outlets. And I talked to the company once. They had no interest in marketing it to consumers. They sell it in 2.5 gallon jugs. It's like $75 nowadays, I think. But I first used it to treat some chlorosis in one of my citrus trees, a golden mandarin, and I tried chelated iron and another iron product before with no success, and it seemed to be a miracle product. My pest control advisor, my chemical salesman, who's a cousin of mine, he told me about it, and that he said it was amazing. And so I put about 2 tablespoons on that citrus tree, and within 2 weeks I noticed very vigorous growth on it with no chlorosis, and so it seemed amazing, just like my cousin Bob said. Anyway, I thought, well, what the heck, I'll try it on some other trees, and right next to this tree I have a Suriname cherry, or patanga they're called. And I gave each tree, maybe about 2 ounces mixed in a couple of gallons of water. And I know that in 7 days, this tree had double the foliage on it. And so it was amazing, just like my cousin Bob said. And I just remember some numbers on some of this. My Suriname cherry had been growing okay. It wasn't so much a problem with growth, but no flowering. Well, 7 days after treating it, I had 38 flowers on that tree. So now I treat the trees once or twice a year, if I remember. But it's grown really well. This tree is, I don't know, 5 or 10 times the size as it was before in bulk there, because it's much wider and all that. But anyway, it's very fruitful and it's very ornamental with the fruit on the tree like this. And I can get 2 or 3 crops in my climate here. I'm in Sacramento County, USDA Zone 9B, Sunset Zone 14. So we get a little bit below freezing most years for short periods of time. And this tree was planted in the ground again in 2008. It's never had any significant damage here. It's probably had at least 26 or 24 degrees Fahrenheit. But let me just pick one of these here. This one isn't real soft. Sorry, I was dealing with some tape on some wiring today, so I have some tape glue on my finger. Sorry, I was too busy eating that to forget to show the inside of it. The skin is not edible or palatable, I should say, and so I just bite it. Usually the whole fruit in my mouth and just squeeze out the pulp and spit out the skin and one or two seeds. But it's very sweet. Not a strong flavor, but I think some sort of a grape flavor of some sort. This is Sabara, and back in 2008 I paid $95 for this tree. So now this is $1,000 tree maybe, or whatever, but I don't grow it for commercial purposes. It's just a hobby tree for me. My good friend Ed Self from Texas, who was from Texas, and then he was from Florida, and then back to Texas. I might go back to Florida after the freezes he had this year. He sent me a Grimal variety, Joboticaba, and these fruits are larger. It's a younger tree. I don't remember how many years I've had it now. Maybe we need to search emails. I'd like to. Ed and I have traded things or whatever. It was just a generous gift on his part. These are later, and so I'm trying to get one that one is ripe. It fell off there, but I haven't really noticed this as much before. But there's a little bit of a white powder on the surface on it. These skins are a little bit thicker. I don't notice that much difference in the flavor of them myself, but it's considered a superior variety. They are bigger. It's good though, and this is a grafted tree. I believe the Sabara, I don't know really how it was propagated. I think, excuse me, I got two seeds in my mouth, trying to talk with that. Here's shows you that, there's pulp that gets stuck to the seeds. So that's one annoying thing about Joboticaba, but just a minor item. But I'm trying to remember what year I got this again, but it's grown well. But the Sabara, I don't know whether it was grown from seed and considered true to type, or if they did air layers. I think that Quang of Ong Nursery got his trees sourced from Pine Island Nursery. And this was a tree that I know Ed had told me was grafted, and I can kind of see the graft union down there, I think. It's kind of cool how the bark sheds on it. It's growing pretty well. This tree was getting shaded too much by some bananas. I don't take very good care of my bananas. It's not something I have a great interest about anymore. So I've pruned away some things so that this gets more sun, and so it's growing better. But the Sabara is now shading it some, and maybe I need to prune the Sabara back. So again, these are two Joboticaba that are originally from Brazil. Sometimes it's called Brazilian grape tree, I believe. But anyway, we're going to pick fruit today. My friend Marta is coming over, and her son Ivan really is keen on these fruits, and he's done me some website work, and so I'm going to pay him with Joboticaba. So anyway, everyone, have a good day. Thanks for watching.